Hello everyone, this is Board Games and Bourbon. I'm Glenn Flaherty, and right now I want to tell you about a delightful game I've been playing called A Fistful of Meeples. It plays 2 to 4 people in about half an hour, and in it you are playing in this town on the western front, kind of like Tombstone, Arizona in the OK Corral, where you're moving meeples around the board to kind of interact with each other in different ways and score the most points, ultimately trying to have the most money by the end of the game. And the end of the game is going to be triggered by when the bank is empty, or when everyone's been busted out of jail, or when everyone's dead. Now, the game itself kind of acts like a Mancala style game where when you set it up, you're going to put 3 meeples in all of these different buildings. And on your turn, you're going to pick up meeples from any given location and you're just going to spread them around. So if I picked it up from here, I could go 1, 2, 3 this way, or I could do it in the opposite way. But the interesting thing is that each meeple interacts differently with every location. And there's a lot of cool things in this. There's not only establishments you're going to, there's a saloon with a madam, there's a bank over here with bars you're trying to get, there's a jail where you're trying to break people out using dynamite that could end the game and make people lose stones. And lastly, there's a cemetery over here that when that fills up, that's the last round. So what do the meeples do? Well, these are the most common ones, and these are the builder meeples. Now, when you take a builder meeple and you put them around, if you put them in an establishment that has yet to become a building with a marquee, you get to put a marquee. And what do the marquees do? Well, when we look at the marquees, what they say is that you're going to get 5 points right away. This becomes your building. And when a yellow worker visits there, you get to draw 2 cubes from a bag. And the bag is essentially just going to have this. It's going to have gold and stone cubes in them. Those are important because the next time a worker, a builder visits your establishment, you have the option to take your establishment that's worth 5 points and you get to upgrade it. When you upgrade it, it's now going to be worth 10 points. And when a yellow person visits it, now you can draw 4 cubes from the bag. But more than that, when you get a certain amount of the yellow cubes, you get to instantaneously and required to buy these gold bars over here, which are worth 10 points each. The first set that you get, you need 6 gold cubes, you get a bar. The next set is 7, the last set is 8. When those are out, that's the last round of the game. So that's what the worker does. And there's a cyclical feeding frenzy among all the meeples you're going to see in a second. Next, there are the miners. When the miners go to town, they spend their money. So when they go to your establishment, that's what allows you to draw these cubes, and then you can benefit from it. They are your customer, you're benefiting, you're getting resources. Then there's the red. The red is the robber. When the robber shows up to an establishment where there are miners who have money, whomever did this gets to draw 2 cubes. Again, you can use that for your resources. Then you have the sheriff, and the sheriff hunts down the robber. When the sheriff hunts down the robber, again, you draw 2, and the robber is going to be put into jail. And over time, the jail is going to fill up with a bunch of people. It may even happen where the jail is more full of people than any of the establishments. So if I decide where I want to pick up, I'm going to pick up from the jail. Boom, they're going to come out and I start laying them down wherever I wish. When I do that, I have to use dynamite to break them out. I take that dynamite, I put it in the bag with the other cubes, and then I draw as the board tells me to. Should I pull out a dynamite, we all are going to lose half of our stones, and then you, boom, put it right there. And then when 3 are drawn, again, this is going to trigger the end of the game. Beyond this, we have the madam, which is so cool. The madam runs the saloon. So what she does is, as there are, when she visits an establishment with workers, she brings these workers back to the saloon. She gets 1 cube per person. And again, you can, on your turn, pick up these workers and then distribute them as you wish. Lastly, and one of the coolest things you can do here, you have an OK Corral kind of shootout here. So like I said, you're dropping your different pieces. One of your pieces ultimately will end up here. And at some point, somebody else's piece will end up over here, at which point there's going to be a showdown. What that means is you're going to roll. And you're going to compare your dice. They keep it nice and simple, much like the rest of the game. Now, the person who's ranked higher is going to be able to roll their die twice. And the order goes from the builder to the miner to the robber to the sheriff. Okay, they get to roll. And whomever has higher, that's the person who gets to win. So in this case, let's say the sheriff won. That means this person perishes. Wah, wah, wah. They go into the tombstone. The brown gets you 1, the yellow gets you 2, the red gets you 3, and if it was the blue, you would have gotten 4 draws from the bag. Once this person won, they celebrate and they go to the saloon as well. And so then when you draw from here, you get to spend it as you wish, and you know what they do there. So there's a lot of character in this game. And, and I got to tell you, playing this made me feel like I was in an Old West diorama, a terranium that came alive. And it was so much fun, and it plays so fast. Gets better with more people, although I've been playing with 2, just me and my wife. But I guess I could have involved the cat and the baby and had 4 players, but, yeah, that's hindsight now. So anyway, that's a really fun game. It's also very affordable. It is called A Fistful of Meeples. If you're in the mood for something fun, fast, and light, give this a whirl. I'm really enjoying it. If you have questions about gameplay, I'm happy to answer. Please let me know. And until next time, friends, take care. Bye.